There is a quiet kind of pain. Not loud, not dramatic, just heavy. It is the feeling of giving your time, your care, your energy to someone, and then one day, you see it. They were not ready for what you were giving. You thought it was growing. You thought it was real, but something felt off. Maybe it was small at first, a touch that stayed too long, a laugh that felt a bit too close with someone else, a moment you ignored, and now you look back and say, I saw it, but I didn't listen. This is where we start, not with blame, not with anger, with truth. Carl Jung said, people do not have ideas. Ideas have people. And sometimes, the idea we carry is this. If I give enough, they will become who I need. That idea is dangerous, because it blinds. You do not see what is. You see what you hope. That is called attraction bias. You like them, so you protect the image of them, even when reality is knocking. Then comes the hero fantasy. You think, I will be the one who changes them. I will be the one they choose in the end. But people do not change because you love them. They change because they choose. Machiavelli warned that a wise man must see people as they are, not as he wishes them to be. But most people do the opposite. They invest first. They observe later. And that is where the line gets crossed. Not just physical. Emotional. Respect. Boundaries. You see, trust is not broken in one moment. It leaks slowly, through small things you ignore. A touch is not just a touch. It is a signal. It tells you how someone sees space, how they see respect, how they see limits. If she allows a kind of touch from others that does not sit right with you, that is not about control. That is about alignment. Schopenhauer said, desire ends where understanding begins. At first, desire is strong. You want them, so you explain things away. That's just how they are. It means nothing but deep down. You know, your body knows before your mind accepts. That tight feeling in your chest, that pause in your thoughts. That is not insecurity. That is information. But most people ignore ITWHY because truth is uncomfortable. Freud spoke about defense. The mind protects itself from pain. Sulfur monoxide, instead of facing the truth. You create stories. They didn't mean IT. It will change. But reality does not bend to comfort. IT stays. Quiet. Waiting. Now let's be fair. This is not about blaming her or blaming you. Both people bring something. Sometimes she allows certain behavior because she has not set her own boundaries. Sometimes you ignore signs because you do not want to lose her. Both are human. Both are real. Jung said, the most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. That includes your blind spots. Maybe you ignored IT because you feared being alone. Maybe you stayed because the good moments felt too good. That is the trap. Strong emotion can hide weak structure. The connection feels deep, but the foundation is not stable. So what is the wrong move here? Trying to control, trying to change, trying to fix IT. You start asking questions in a tense way. You test, you watch, you become someone you are not. Robert Greene warns that trying to control others often reveals your own insecurity, and that pushes people away. Or worse, it keeps you stuck in a game. But love is not a game. Trust is not a game. If you have to play, you are already losing. The other wrong move, silence. You see something. You feel something. But you say nothing. You hope IT will pass. You hope IT will fix itself. IT does not. IT grows. Like a cracking glass. Small at first. Then one day, IT shatters. So what should you do? Not react. Observe. Not accuse. Understand Marcus Aurelius' side. You have power over your mind, not outside events. You cannot control what she allows, but you can control what you accept. That is your power. Not loud. Not dramatic. Quiet. Strong. In this journey, you must shift from emotion to awareness. From hope to clarity. From reaction to observation. Because the truth is this: if a boundary feels crossed, it already has been. And the longer you ignore it, the more it costs you. This is not about being paranoid. It is about being awake. There is a difference. And we will go deeper into that. Because next, you need a system. A way to see clearly. A way to test reality. A way to protect your time, your energy, your trust. We will break that down step by step. Now we build clarity. Not emotion. Not guesswork. A framework. I call IT the 4 context test. You do not judge a person in one moment. You observe them in 4 contexts. Over time, without pressure, without forcing. Context 1. Public behavior. How does she act around others, not just with you? With friends. With strangers. Watch this closely. Does she respect space? Does she allow behavior that feels too close? Does she seek attention? You are not judging. You are learning. Jung spoke about the persona, the mask we show the world. In public, people wear IT, but even masks slip. What's the small moments? They tell the truth. Context 2. Private behavior. How is she when it is just you? Is that consistency? Oh, how is she different? Does she respect your space, your time, your boundaries? Or does she push? Freud would say, this is where the real self starts to show. Less filter, more truth. If public and private do not match, pay attention. Context 3. Pressure. This is the real test. How does she act when things are not easy? When there is tension? When there is conflict? 2. Se ve come calm or reactive? Does she respect you or cross lines? Machiavelli believed true nature shows under pressure, not in comfort. So do not rush this. Let time reveal light. Context 4. Absence. This is powerful. When you are not there, who is? Say, you will not always see it directly. But patterns show, stories show, energy shows. Does she act in a way that aligns with what you need or not? This is not about control. This is about alignment. Now here is how you use this. You do not accuse. You ask. Simple. Questions.com tone. Clear mind. Questions like, what do you think is okay when it comes to physical boundaries with others? What feels disrespectful to you in a relationship? What do you expect from your partner in public? Listen carefully. Not just 2 words. 2 consistency. 2 comfort. 2 honesty. Arthur Ellis said beliefs shape behavior. So when she speaks, she is showing you a belief system. Do not ignore IT. Now listen for this. Clear answers. O. Are vague answers defensive? Tone or open tone? Alignment or mishmash? This is your data. Nitrogen monoxide drama. Just information. Now remember, this is not about finding fault. IT is about finding truth, and truth is neutral. IT just is. Schopenhauer reminds us that desire can blind judgment. So stay aware, stay calm, stay present. And one more thing, do not expect perfection. Everyone has flaws. You too? This is about major alignment, not small differences. Now, in the final part, we bring it together. What to do with what you see, how to act without losing yourself. The right response now, you see clearly. The signs, the patterns, the truth. What do? First, you stay calm. Nitrogen monoxide rush. Nitrogen monoxide reaction. Clarity does not need speed. Marcus Aurelius lived by this. Pause. Think, act with reason. Second, you decide your line. Not her line. Yours. What is okay for you? What is not? Be honest. Nitrogen monoxide ego. No pride. Just truth. Because if you do not define your line, life will define it for you, and you may not like it. Third, you communicate. Simple. Clear. Respectful. Nitrogen monoxide. Blame. Nitrogen monoxide attack. Just truth. I am not comfortable with this. That does not work for me. No long speeches. Nitrag emotional storms. Just clarity. Jung believed that truth spoken calmly has power. Use that. Now comes the hard part. Her response. If she understands, if she respects, if she adjusts, there is alignment. If she dismisses, if se avoids, if se continúes, there is misalignment. And here is where many fail. They stay anyway. Because of attachment, because of history, because of fear. But Nietzsche said, he who has a why can bear almost any how. So ask yourself, why are you staying? Is IT growth? Or fear? Be honest. Now balance this. Do not become cold. Do not become paranoid. Not every action is betrayal. Not every difference is danger. There is a line between awareness and fear. Stay on the side of awareness, not suspicion. Trust is built slowly, broken slowly, and repaired slowly. Respect that process. Now understand this final truth. If a boundary is crossed early and ignored, it becomes normal. And what becomes normal becomes your reality. So choose wisely. Not from fear, from clarity. From self-respect, from truth. Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. That includes how you love, how you trust, how you choose. This is not about her or you. IT is about alignment, and alignment is everything. When IT is right, IT feels calm, clear, stable. When IT is wrong, you feel IT early, quiet, real. Next time, do not ignore that feeling is your guide. This is male psyche, and this is how you protect your trust. Let's go deeper. You did not miss the sign because you are weak. You missed IT because you are human. There are patterns in the mind, and if you do not see them, they control you. Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, IT will direct your life, and you will call IT fate. This is where most people live. Not in truth, in patterns. The first pattern is attraction bias. You like how she looks. You like how she feels. You like how she makes you feel about yourself. So your mind protects that feeling. Even when something feels wrong, you say, "It's nothing." You protect the image, not the reality. Freud spoke about this. The mind avoids pain. So IT filters truth. You only see what keeps you comfortable. That is why you miss small boundary breaks. Because seeing them clearly would force a decision. And decisions are hard. The second pattern is the hero fantasy. This one is dangerous. You believe your love, your patience, your effort will change her, you think. She just needs the right person. You make yourself that person. But Schopenhauer said, a man can do what he wills, but he cannot will what he wills. People do not change because you want them to. They change when they are ready. So if she is comfortable allowing behavior that crosses your line, that is her current truth, not her future potential. And you must deal with truth, not potential. The third pattern is willful blindness. This one is quiet. You see it, you feel it, you choose not to act, because acting means risk. Risk of losing her, risk of conflict, risk of being alone. So you stay, you adjust, you shrink. Jung called us losing the self. You become what the situation needs, instead of staying who you are. That is where respect starts to fade, not from her, from you. Now let's balance this. This is not about saying she is wrong. Oh, you are wrong. Sometimes people have different boundaries, different ways of relating, different comfort levels. That is okay. But alignment matters. If your line is here, and hers is there, and neither of you moves, there will be tension. Not always loud, but constant. Machiavelli taught that a wise man studies reality before committing, not after. But most people commit first. Then they study. That is backwards. Now let's talk about the wrong approach, because this is where most damage happens. First, wrong move, trying to change her. You start small. You suggest things. You hint, then you push, then you argue. Now the connection becomes work, not flow, not peace, just effort. Robert Greene would say this creates resistance. People protect their freedom. The more you push, the more they pull away. Second wrong move, playing games. You try to match behavior. You become distant. You test her. You make her jealous. This is not strength. This is confusion. You lose clarity. And clarity is your only advantage. Third, wrong move, ignoring your gut. This is the most common. Your body tells you something is off, but your mind says, relax. Over time, you stop trusting yourself. That is dangerous, because once you lose trust in your own signals, you depend on others to tell you what is real, and they will not. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, if IT is not right, do not do IT. If IT is not true, do not say IT. Simple, hard to live, but powerful. Now here is the shift. You do not need to react fast. You need to observe. Well, slow down. Watch patterns, not moments. Anyone can behave well once. Patterns reveal truth. And this leads us to something important. A system. A way to see clearly. A way to test alignment without drama. Without fear. Without games. In the next part, I will give you that system. It is simple, but it will change how you see people. Forever.